always known that I move on really quickly, and I've felt like a terrible person for it. I've always felt like me moving on too quickly from breakups, from friendship breakups, and anything that hurts me. I felt like a terrible person. I've realized that maybe me moving on is just a coping mechanism that keeps me safe, that makes me feel safe, because I don't feel safe with uncertainty that comes with breakup or something ending, because I don't know how to function after that. So I feel, oh, this is not safe for me. I need to latch on to any hope that I have, any motivation that I have, so I can feel like I'm not losing myself when something ends. I'm not losing myself when somebody leaves me. I'm not losing myself when somebody is not in my life. That's what my brain feels. And then it just starts making me numb. It just starts making me, oh, you have to, you can cry for 2 days, but you can't let yourself be be sad, because that's where you lose yourself. Like, my brain itself is not comfortable in that situation, so it just pulls me out and says, no, you can't do that. You have to move on. You have to move on. I will force you to move on. I'm slowly realizing that I am not a bad person to move on fast. I give my 100% in a relationship, and if it doesn't work out, I don't have to beat myself just because I move on really fast. Like, I don't have to do that. Sometimes things are really simple, but they seem so hard, and this is one of the things for me. Even my friends have said to me that, how can you move on so fast, Tanushree? And I feel, at that time I felt guilt, because I do move on fast. I do try to make myself happy, but that's the only thing I knew how to. I experienced the death of somebody close to me. I would constantly do things to distract me, so I don't have to feel and think about it. And that's how I process things in my life right now. And that's why I move on too fast. I'm slowly realizing that I don't have to guilt trip myself. I don't have to justify my coping mechanism to anybody. If people judge me for moving on too fast, so be it. So be it, because they have not met the 12-year-old Tanushree. They have not met how I cried for the person when they left me. They don't know how I process my feelings. So be it. If you can't understand me, I don't have to justify anything to you. I don't have to guilt trip myself for moving on too fast. If my brain feels safe enough to do what I can do to make me happy, then so be it. Then so be it. If I'm selfish, if I'm not empathetic enough, then so be it. So be it. Like, what can I do now? So yeah, I move on fast, because that's only thing that my brain knows how to do. I am very kind with others, but I'm not kind with myself. I judge myself, I guilt trip myself for just moving on. So I've realized that if I can be just a little bit kind to myself, then I should be, because I deserve it and I need it. If somebody else was going through the same thing I went through, and if I was in somebody else's body, I wouldn't judge them for moving on too fast. So why am I judging myself for moving on too fast? So be it. I move on too fast. Anybody who can relate to this, it's not your fault. It is just a way your brain feels safe, and you're not a bad person to move on fast, to make yourself happy. And I love you, and I hope you do not guilt trip yourself.